All I remember is in the middle of the night, about 5 o'clock, I woke up with terrible pain between my shoulder blades. Then I started sweating, and I went to the computer and women's heart attack symptoms, and I read them, and I knew. I think I actually had 4 of 7 symptoms at the time, and as I'm reading them, I got chest pains. And I was like, okay, that's 5. Went and woke up my husband, and we got in the car and we drove to the hospital. We only live a mile or so from the hospital, and visiting with the doctor, and boom, I got hit with chest pains again. And he says, okay, she's having a heart attack. And the next thing I know, the ambulance EMTs are there and they're ready to go. The EMT said, okay, this is what's going to happen. You're going to go into the ER, they're going to assess you, and then you're going to the cath lab. You're going to put a stent in, and you should be in your room by 9:30. And I was, and it was like, that's crazy fast. 2 weeks prior to my heart attack, before I realized there were warning signs, I would be out shoveling or raking the yard, and all of a sudden I'd have to stop because I'd be having chest pains and shortness of breath. I would really have hated to miss my grandchildren and being there for their births and their baptisms and just watching them grow up. I try and exercise more. I have lost 70 pounds. And I started that before the heart attack. I think I had lost 30 or maybe 40 pounds before I had my heart attack.
If you've had regular screenings, if your blood pressure is low, if your cholesterol is low, if your weight is low, if you're not diabetic, if you're very active, then the chances that it could be a cardiac incident probably are low. They shouldn't be disregarded, but it would be a good idea to call your doctor and get his or her input about what's going on. If you have other risk factors, or oftentimes if someone in your family has experienced a cardiac incident or a heart attack, then it may be a good idea to say, well, maybe that is happening to me, even if those other indicators about my physical well-being are within normal limits.
My dad had his first heart attack when he was in his 30s. When he was 54, he had a massive heart attack and had a quadruple bypass. And then actually 6 months after that, he went in and had his carotid arteries cleaned out and had a massive stroke that left him paralyzed. My mom is still here, and she's had a heart attack and a stroke. Please, 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 if you have any symptoms, get checked. I should have been to the doctor a year before I had my heart attack, I'm sure. And as women, we just don't. We're so busy taking care of everybody else and everything else and making sure that everything is so nice that we forget to take care of ourselves.
As women, I would encourage us to talk more freely among ourselves about heart disease. We're now talking about breast cancer, how to prevent that and how to treat that. Ovarian cancer, the signs and symptoms of that. Let's get into a dialogue about our heart health. The more we talk among each other, the more we learn about each other, and we can share our stories, whether it's about our family history, our own personal experiences, what's happened to a loved one. The more information that we can share with one another, the more we increase awareness about cardiovascular disease and how heart disease specifically affects women, the better prepared we'll be, and hopefully we'll keep more women alive in this country.
It's not about why, it's about what do I do now? Where do I go from here? How am I going to learn from this? How can I help other people learn from this? 1 in 3 women die of heart disease, and I am not the one. I get to live life. And if by telling my story I can help someone else, thank you, God, for putting me in this place. If you have symptoms, get to the doctor. Don't wait. Don't put it off like I did, because you don't have to be the one.